it? That's a tough one, but I'm gonna have to do it. I don't really have a choice, do I? Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm actually doing a tag video. I'm doing a bunch of pre-filming because, you know, the holidays are coming up and I want to do as much pre-filming as I can. So this is going to be a fun video. So recently, Mel Thompson uploaded a video and it is called the Truthful Youtuber Tag. And I asked you guys in my community center if you wanted me to do that tag video. And 84% of you said yes, 16% of you said no, let's skip it. So we're going to go ahead and do it. 84% of you guys, it looks like I had 92 votes. So it seems like a lot of you guys want to see me do this video. I watched her video. I subscribed to her channel. I will link her video in the description box down below. She does the prettiest eye looks and I'm very jealous of her brows and her eyelashes. Okay, anyway, but I thought that tag video was very interesting because it was almost like the followers and the subscribers could really know who you are as a person and kind of what you stand for as far as your ethics, your values, your morals, and stuff like that. And because, you know, because the beauty community, I hate that word, but because the beauty community, I feel like there's been some trust lost within that community. It has on my end. There's several beauty creators here on YouTube that I used to really enjoy watching and I trusted their opinion, and I've kind of lost that faith, and so I've unsubscribed. I thought it was a good way for you guys to know me, my morals, my values, my ethics, like what I stand for, and I thought it was I thought the questions were pretty important for you guys to know about me. Let's jump right into it, and I'm gonna list off the questions. So question number 1 was, have you ever received a product, tried it, didn't like it, and then decided not to review it? No, and I don't get a lot of PR right now. Like, my address is in the description box down below, so I don't have any control over what is sent to me. So there's been items that have been sent to me that I'm like, there is no way I'm going to use that on camera. And you know, there's some items that I'm kind of saving for like a PR kind of deal, you know, like, because I don't get a lot of PR. So I thought it would be fun to kind of throw it all in one little box and say, okay, we're going to go through all the PR that I received over the last couple months. Now, I did receive a huge box from Wander Beauty, but the thing that was great about them is that, one, there was no expectations. They never asked me to use any of the products on camera. I did do a full face on camera, and there was products in there that I liked, and there was products in there that I didn't like. And I was very honest about it because I don't do this to get PR. The PR is great, but that's not why I'm doing this. I buy my own makeup. I'm totally fine with buying my own makeup. If I ever reach that point where I'm receiving that much PR, I would probably give more than half of it away because I just don't have a need for that much makeup. So that question was very easy for me to answer just because I don't receive a lot of PR. Number 2 is product you use alone but don't show or use online. I have several products, and the only reason why that is because it's not available anymore. So for example, even though I've used the M-Raze for a mirror, I wouldn't use it on camera because it wasn't available to purchase. Now, I have been using the heck out of this face palette from Hourglass. This is the Ambient Lighting Edit Unlocked palette. In fact, I'm wearing it today. But I don't use this on camera because you guys can't get this anymore. Same thing with like the Charlotte Tilbury Stars in Your Eyes palette. I don't use that on camera because you guys can't purchase it anymore. That would be the only reason why I wouldn't use something on camera. Okay, so number 3 is product you want but won't buy because you don't support the brand. Okay, so since I've started my channel, I've tried to keep it about the makeup and try not to get caught up in the drama of the brands, because if I went through all the brands, I could definitely pick and choose and say, okay, that brand is bad because of A, B, and C. I don't like that brand because this brand doesn't stand for what I believe. Like, if I went through that, and I would boycott pretty much every makeup brand on the market except for a few. I try not to get caught up in that because I review products for you all out there. Just because you don't support that brand doesn't mean somebody else doesn't. So I try to review products that at least, you know, that you guys want to see or that you are interested in. And if I started kind of boycotting and, you know, and throwing out different products because the brands I didn't agree with, because there are brands I don't agree with. There are brands that have ticked me off so much that maybe I don't talk about it. I use their products less on my channel. And that's kind of my way of boycotting. But I still want to review products that you guys are interested in. And I try really, really hard just to keep it about the makeup. And if it ever comes to a point where I'm going to have to use my platform, you know, to use my voice, then maybe that will change. You know, for right now, that's where I'm comfortable at, and I feel like it's just, that's where I need to be right now. Okay, number 4, do you have any blocked words? What that means is, you know, comments. Like, you can write down all these blocked words, and if somebody uses those blocked words in a comment, it will actually not be posted on the in the comment section. And I do like that because it's a better way for creators to be able to control what is put in the comment section. And I don't have any on those blocked words yet. In fact, I don't even know how to use it. I'm going to be honest. I don't know how to use it. And it's because I have a small channel. So I haven't had to take that step yet where I've had to block words. Next question is, do you block people? I think I've blocked like 3 people in the entire time I've been doing this. And the reason why is because they were just mean and hateful. And here's the thing that I think that people, you know, because some people would say, well, just leave their comment up. It's not that big of a deal. But let me tell you something. When you work really, really hard to put content up, you know, I'm just going to give you guys the truth. It takes, on a normal 20-minute video, that video probably took me 8 to 9 hours of, you know, researching, to filming it, to editing it, to uploading it, and then editing all of that information, putting all of the stuff that I used inside the video, like everything from top to bottom. Sometimes I've had videos where they take me 10 to 12 hours. It depends on the video and how much footage you have. When you work that hard on a video, and I really try every video to put my 100% into every single time. So when you work that hard and then you wake up the next morning and you read a horrible, nasty, just horrible comment that was so uncalled for and so hateful, it gut wrenches you. And you're human, and it happens to all of us because we're human. And now that I'm almost 40, I'm better at like brushing them off my shoulders, but they still sting. They still suck. And it's very hard to come on camera and be very happy and be very like la 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 da 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 and try to be that happy environment and try to be that positive person that I know so many of you guys love. You guys love my positivity and my positive upbeat attitude, but it's very hard to do that when you read horrible, nasty comments about yourself. It's hard to be in that space at the same time. So when I get a nasty comment, now if it's constructive, I don't delete them. And I actually thank the person for saying, hey, thank you for bringing that to my attention. I will do better next time, because I like criticism because it makes me better. As a creator, I'm new at this. I don't know what I'm doing. So anytime I hear somebody say, oh, you know what? If you did this and this and this less, it would be so much better for you. Then I'm 100% game for all of that. If there are things about myself that I can't change, then they get deleted because they're not constructive. They don't do anything but hurt people. I'm not a person that writes nasty comments to people. I don't even give people constructive criticism unless they ask me, because I'm just not that person. I'm not that person. I'm that person if my friend came up to me and she had the ugliest dress on, I would be like, well, it's a pretty dress, but I think I like this one more. That's how I would do it. I would never be like, girl, take that damn dress off because you look crazy in it. I'm not that person, you guys. I try to be kind to everyone, and by default, I'm almost too nice in some sense. So nasty comments, people, I don't have time for. And when I reach that point where I start getting more and more nasty comments, I will definitely start putting in block words, and I will block people. The 3 people that I blocked, it was several nasty comments in a row. And I was like, I'm done. You're out. See you later. I'm just not playing that game. I'm just not. Have you ever lied about a product to stay on good terms with a brand? Well, no, because I'm not on any terms with any brands, so that would never happen. And I would never do that because brands mean absolutely nothing to me. Like, absolutely nothing. Holy crap, no. And the sad thing is it's sad that that question has to be asked, because I know for a fact that there are creators out there that the brand means more to them, or the brand deals mean more to them than their subscribers. And that's when they need to quit and move on to a different area, because your subscribers should be your number one. The brand should be doing anything they can to kiss your butt, because you're the one that's making them money. You guys are my family, and there ain't no brand. No, that's just crazy town. And it's sad that that question has to be asked, but there ain't no way in hell. It would be a cold, dark day in hell. Okay, moving on. Have you ever initially liked a product when you reviewed it and then changed your mind but didn't let your audience know? Not intentionally. It's not like I've been like, I am kind of going through my products because I am creating some videos for the end of the year. And I've got a video with a few items that I felt like I didn't like when I first used them, and now I like them, or vice versa. So I'm kind of like pulling products here and there and writing them down on my phone and stuff in my notepads just to try to remember, because I'm creating that video. But I will always 100% be 100% honest with you guys. And yeah, that's kind of yeah, I don't really like that question. I do, but I don't, because if you like something and then you end up not liking it, there's no reason why you shouldn't tell your audience that. Like, hey, guess what, guys? Because we're all human, and I've had it happen to me before starting my channel. I would use a product, and then a couple times later, I'd be like, why do I like this? Even a year later, I've had that happen. If there's ever products that I change my mind about, you will definitely know about it. Influencers that you don't trust. Oh, shit, that's... I don't want to answer that question. Oh, shit. That's a tough one, but I'm gonna have to do it. I don't really have a choice, do I? Okay, I got one. I don't trust Patrick Star anymore. I know. Let me just say why. I'm gonna get into this quickly. I hope this doesn't turn into a 50-minute video, but Patrick Star and Mac teamed up, and they went ahead and created a holiday collection this year. I will put a picture of it right here. Now, you notice that I never talked about the holiday collection or never bought anything from the collection. I've reviewed several of his collaborations that he did with MAC, and I did like the powder, and I have the powder. The thing that makes me angry is that they once said it was limited edition and you could never get it again. Like, once it was gone, it was gone. And brands do that crap all the time. You guys know that there's nothing new about it. So they bring it back for the holidays. Totally cool. That's not where I'm upset. What I'm upset about is the price of the powder. That's where they got me, because the influencers were sent a price, and if I remember right, it was like $34. I'll put it down here at the bottom because I don't know off the top of my head. I feel like they were told it was going to be $34 or something like that. And then when it actually went for sale, it was like $39. But the key was it was only half the product. So I understand holiday packaging is so much more expensive. I get that. Holiday packaging is a total bunch of BS, and it's just a way to cheat the consumers. I get it. I don't typically get sucked into holiday packaging. But the simple fact of the matter was, they've made so much daggum money off of this whole Patrick Star thing and all of his collaborations, all the products that they've created together. And what a slap in the face to the consumers who supported all of those launches and all those new release products and bought the hell out of them, talked about them all over social media, whatever the case was. And then it was almost like a last, it was like a last, okay, to all the consumers that supported their collaborations of the entire year of 2018, because we know you want this powder. So we're going to give you half of the powder, but you're going to get it in a really pretty red packaging. Like, I didn't like that. I thought that was pretty awful. And I know that Patrick doesn't have control over the pricing, but if I would have been Patrick and I would have known that my followers would have been screwed out of that much money, I would have been furious. furious, and I would have done everything in my power to make it right. And maybe he has, and he just can't speak about it, and that could very well be the case. But it left a horrible taste in my mouth for Mac and Patrick Star, and I'm kind of just, I'm not feeling them right now. I just don't get it. I didn't appreciate it. I thought it was terrible, and that left a bad taste in my mouth. Influencer that you trust the most. I would probably say Tati is probably the one that I trust the most. I would love to be able to run my channel the way Tati does, where, you know, her channel is based on just reviewing and keeping it about the makeup. She doesn't do a lot of sponsored videos. And even though, you know, probably the sponsored videos that she does, you know, she probably makes pretty decent money from them, I trust her judgment. I don't feel like she is wrapped up in brands. I used to trust Jaclyn Hill. I don't feel like I trust her as much anymore. And I think it's just because she doesn't do a lot of reviews anymore. And I still love her makeup tips, and I still watch her old videos. I do miss the old YouTube, which is probably why I'm so descriptive and repetitive in a lot of my videos, because that is what I miss about YouTube the most, is those really good thorough tutorials where you're learning something and you're like, oh, I can totally do that. Why have I been doing it that way? Like, that totally works for me. So that's kind of what I miss in the old YouTube. And even though Tati doesn't do any tutorials, but I love her reviews. I do trust them 100%. Secret tips or product application you don't show while on camera. Well, I don't have any secret tips, but I typically don't do my brows on camera just because they take too long, and I am always pissy when I'm doing my brows, and you can't really talk while you're doing your brows, and I just kind of zone out and get them done and get them over with and move on. But I would share every secret tip I had. I mean, hands down. Have you ever showed one product but were actually using another? No. And if people do that, that is terrible. Like, they ought to be slapped, because that's ridiculous. Like, if you're using a product but pretending that you're using something else, holy crap, that's wrong. That is so beyond wrong. Have you ever not disclosed a sponsorship? No, because I've never done a sponsored video. Have you ever had a bad interaction with a brand? Yes, I have. Yes, I have. And I wasn't going to share this with you guys because I just didn't feel like there was a need to. But when she answered that question on camera, that's the instant situation that popped in my head. And I thought, you know what? Maybe I should share it. Okay, so I had a brand reach out to me. I'm not going to tell you who it is because I would probably get in trouble. But my first sponsorship video, and I have used the brand before. Now, I haven't used it since, so don't get any ideas. They're not a huge brand. They're a smaller brand. And I had used their brand before. I like their products. I don't love their products, but I like their products. And they wanted to do a sponsored video. And the sponsored video, I'm not going to go through all the details, but the bottom line was they wanted me to review the product. Now, I specifically told them, I'll review it. Like, if I don't like the product, are you okay with me saying that on camera? Oh yeah, it's totally fine. No problem. We want your honest opinion. So I'm going to be honest with you. They were going to pay me $1,000 for this sponsored video, and I was very excited about it because $1,000 would go a long way in helping me buy products to review, and I was very happy about it. They sent over the contract, and the guidelines of the things that I had to say about that product was ridiculous. Ridiculous. I basically had to blow so much smoke up your butts that you would have never believed me. A day in your life you'd have never believed me. You'd been like, is this bitch for real? I specifically asked them, as long as you're okay with me being truthful, and if I don't like this product and you're okay with me saying that I don't like it, then we can have a deal. Then they send the contract over, and the contract says that you have to say you like this about the product. They were giving me things that I had to say that I liked about it. Let's just say, for example, this. They were saying you have to like the product. You have to like the color. You have to like the design of the product. You have to like the packaging. You have to like everything. I mean, it was to the detail of everything, and I had to point those out in order for me to get paid. So I wrote them back and I was like, hold on, we discussed this, and I screenshotted our conversation and I said, we would have never gotten this far. we wouldn't have agreed to that. That was the agreement. Well, they wrote back and was like, well, as we further went through our contracts and stuff, and when we do sponsorship videos, this is in our favor and we're paying you to do a job and we need you to do it this way. So I was like, I'm out. The $1,000 isn't worth it. I'm not going to do it. And here's the thing, I probably would have ended up liking the product because I've seen people use the product, which kind of makes me wonder if they're being paid and were told to say the exact same things I was told to say. But I've seen other people use it and they seem to like it. But there is a cold, dark day in hell I will ever do that. I am not on this platform for that. I am on this platform to have a relationship with you, share my passion for makeup, give you guys tips, and share all of us to share that as a family. I am not in this for a $1,000 sponsorship that, one, I don't believe in, and two, I'm going to be lying. The other one was I had a company reach out and wanted to send me an eyelash growth serum. So they sent me the product and I was like, sure, I'll test it out. About a week after I got the product, so it was about 2 weeks from the time that they sent it out, they emailed me and said, we need to hear from you. If you got the product, have you created the video yet? And I'm like, created the video? I just got it. I've only been using it a week. Eyelash growth serum takes months to work. Like, you create this product. You should know that better than I do. But they were so pushy and so aggressive in their email. And I was like, I'm out. Like, you cannot expect, I actually posted it on social media, not the brand, but I posted the conversation, just letting you guys have a bird's eye view of some of the BS that comes through from these brands. And I get so many emails daily now in my work email. I get so many of them, and I ignore 99% of them because I am just not in the mood to work with brands or for them to send me a product and say, well, I want to send you this product, but can you da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da? No. And that's what I loved about Wander Beauty is they just sent the products out. They sent me a huge box after I reviewed the Nude Illusion Foundation. They sent me a huge box of like $500 worth of products and never said anything. They were like, thank you for loving our brand. Here's some goodies for you to try out. That's the kind of brands that I would like to work with because there's no expectations. They just send you the product and in hopes that you will review it. And if you don't, it's fine. And if you have products in there that you don't like, it's fine. It's not a big deal. Some of these brands that send me emails, they are trash and I want no part of it. Have you ever bandwagoned with other people's thoughts on a particular product? No. And I try really, really hard not to watch reviews on products before I review it myself. So the only time I will do that is if I have a friend that I love here, that I have a close relationship with. If they upload a video reviewing that product, I will watch it in support of them. But I don't watch other reviews because I really try to keep my opinion my own. And I feel like your opinion can be tainted no matter what. Because, if I use a palette and I come on here and tell you this palette's junk, you're going to think it's junk. So when you use it yourself, you're looking for all the negative things that I stated about it, right? Or if I tell you it's wonderful, you're going to look through things in that product that you love and not necessarily things that you don't like. And I come from a reviewing situation, so sometimes I'm very, very critical. I've had people actually get mad at me, like the Jeffree Star palette, the Alien palette. I had people that were not happy with me because I said that the packaging was cheap. We're connected, and it was cheap. In my opinion, it was cheap. That was my opinion. Now, they don't have to agree with that, but I'm coming from a reviewing perspective. So when I review something, I try to point out every single detail that maybe doesn't mean anything to you, but it might mean something to somebody else. So I don't like watching other people's reviews because I do know that it taints my opinion, and I don't want my opinion tainted because I want my first impression to actually be a first impression. Things other creators do that get on your nerves. Oh my gosh. The arrogance. I do not like arrogant creators, and there was a few of them that are so daggum arrogant that I cannot gut them. I can't watch them for even 5 minutes. I think it's because I'm almost 40 and I'm kind of in that like no BS zone where you can't BS me. You can't fake it. You can't be so arrogant and act like you are the shit because let me tell you something, life has some hard knocks. And I know that I was probably an arrogant SOB when I was 19, 20 years old too, but now that I'm 40 and I've had a lot of ups and downs in life, I've had a lot of heartache in life. And when you go through hard times in life, you realize that when I go through hard times in life, they keep me humble. And so the arrogance, I just don't have any patience for arrogant people. And there's one that just really, he just gets on my daggum nerves with his arrogance. And I know he's young. He's a young kid, and he's, rose really quick. He's got, millions and millions of subscribers, but he's so dang arrogant that it's very hard for me to watch him. And so I think, I know that we all have our mannerisms, and I know that there are things that I'm sure I do that drive you guys crazy, whether it's use my hands. I try not to be like this because I try to keep him down here where you guys can't see him, and maybe you'll see him come up a little bit, but I try to keep him down here because I am a hands talker. I do talk with my hands. It is what it is. But I try to put the camera where it's not always up in your face, but I do know that I say you guys a lot. I know that my voice is probably pretty squeaky. I know that there are tons of things that probably drive you crazy about me. And I know that's just how we all are. We all have things that we like and dislike about people's personalities. And I'm an extra person. I'm a very outgoing, very loud, kind of bubbly type personality. My daughter is probably the opposite of I am. She's an introvert. She's very fun, but she's definitely an introvert. And I'm an extrovert. So I'm just extra all the time. So I know that people who are probably more mellow and more of an introvert maybe have a harder time watching people like me who are so extra and so all the time. But I think for me, that's just human nature. We can't change that part about ourselves. But what we can change is how we behave, and if we are humbled, and how we treat people, and our arrogance, and all of that stuff. So I give him a pass because he's young, but I don't choose to watch him. So this was a super, super fun tag, and I got pretty detailed in a lot of things. This is going to be a long video. I'm going to do my best to kind of try to keep this video as short as I can, but I hope this video gave you guys an insight of who I am and what I stand for. I thought this was a fun tag. I'm not going to individually name you. Whoever wants to do this tag is definitely more than welcome. I think this is a fun tag, but I also know it's the holidays and tags are hard to do. I want to personally invite all of my friends here on YouTube. You guys know who you are. If you guys want to do this tag, definitely do it. I thought it was a very fun and honest tag. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more tag videos on my channel, let me know in the comments down below if there's any tags that you've seen out there that I have not seen that you would want me to do. I would love that. Thank you guys again for all the love and the support that you guys show me in my channel. It truly means the world to me, and I hope you guys have a fantastic day filled with love, happiness, and joy. I will see you tomorrow, and I love you so much. Bye!